spiritual warfare is real, but sometimes comes in ways we never suspect. If you are truly chosen by God, the devil does not merely come at you with obvious temptations and sin. He sends silent killers that even sincere Christians don't see until their fire is gone. Many fiery believers, men and women once ablaze for God, lost their flame not because of open sin, but because of silent arrows. Hidden weapons of the enemy so subtle that even sincere Christians fall victim without realizing it. Today I'll expose 7 of the most dangerous silent killers. These aren't just challenges. They're calculated spiritual assassins designed to quietly suffocate the fire of the Spirit in you. The first silent killer is the most deceptive because it doesn't even feel like sin. Anxiety and worry. It starts innocently. Concern about providing for your family, securing your future, achieving success. These seem like responsible thoughts, don't they? But Jesus specifically warned about this trap in Matthew 6:31, saying, "Do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear." Why is worry so deadly to your spiritual fire? Because it shifts your focus from God to survival, from eternal purpose to earthly provision. Every minute spent in anxiety is a minute stolen from your divine assignment. Many believers stay in jobs God told them to leave or chase endless hustles, simply because anxiety whispers, "What if you lack tomorrow?" But remember this: Jesus bore a crown of thorns on his head to break the curse that makes you sweat for your provision. When you worry, you're living as though the cross never happened. When you seek him first, all your needs will be supplied, as Matthew 6:33 declares. The second silent killer: offenses and malice. Have you ever been betrayed by someone you'd have died for? Lied about by someone you trusted? Pushed aside by those you honored most? The wound is deep and the enemy whispers, "You have every right to be bitter." But harboring offense is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to die. It only destroys you. This is why Jesus gave the shocking command in Matthew 5:23-24. If you are offering your gift at the altar and there remember that your brother or sister has something against you, leave your gift there. First, go and be reconciled. Notice this isn't even when someone has wronged you, it's when they feel wronged by you. Romans 12:18 challenges us further. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Bitterness quenches the spirit faster than most sins. You don't have to keep toxic people close, but you must release the offense, not just for their sake, but for yours. Remember Christ on the cross. "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." If he could forgive his murderers, what offense against you is too great to release? Offense held in your heart will burn out your fire. The third silent killer might surprise you: poor treatment of your spouse. Many fiery ministers have seen their flames extinguished first at home. Your marriage isn't just a relationship, it's a living testimony of Christ and his church. As 1 Peter 3:7 warns husbands, treat them with respect, so that nothing will hinder your prayers. Did you catch that? Your prayers, your spiritual connection can be blocked by how you treat your spouse. Many are powerful in the pulpit but powerless in prayer because of this very issue. Many fiery pastors lose their homes first, and then their ministries. Make this your unbreakable rule. Never sleep with unresolved conflict. Settle disputes before sunset, or watch your spiritual fire fade by sunrise. The fourth silent killer: lust. And not just the sexual kind. We think lust only means immorality, but it's bigger. Lust means a passionate craving, whether for sex, power, or the world's way of doing things. 1 John 2:15 says, "Love not the world or anything in it." The next verse says, "For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world." There's the lust of the flesh, well exemplified by sexual sin, which I've addressed in previous videos linked in the description, but also the lust of the eyes. Sexual lust destroys quickly, but the lust of the eyes is even more subtle. If you doubt, ask Demas. Paul sadly reported in 2 Timothy 4:10, Demas has deserted me because he loved this world. The lust of the eyes covets worldly success, achievement, and recognition. It's when you adopt the world's way of measuring success instead of God's. What are your eyes craving? What worldly way of thinking is dimming your fire? The fifth silent killer, pride, the sin that transformed Lucifer into Satan. The pride of life, 1 John 2:16, is one of hell's favorite arrows, and it often masquerades as spirituality. Pride is dangerous because it blinds you to itself. When a believer says, "I could never fall into that sin," pride is speaking. Have you seen preachers make statements like, "I can't minister to such a small crowd"? That's Mr. Pride. Pride is like a foul stench covered with perfume. It may fool people, but not God. Remember King David? In a moment of pride, he numbered Israel to measure his accomplishment, and 70,000 people died in a single day, 2 Samuel 24. Pride isn't just dangerous, it's deadly. If pride has entered your heart, your fire is already in danger. The sixth silent killer, self-comparison, the thief of joy and purpose. When the enemy can't pull you down with pride, he tries the opposite, discouragement through comparison. He whispers, "Look at your mates. They started when you did, but look how much further they've gone." Suddenly you're questioning your calling, your progress, your worth. 2 Corinthians 10:12 warns, "When they measure themselves by themselves and compare themselves with themselves, they are not wise." Self-comparison drives you off your divine blueprint and into a race God never called you to run. You get into the rat race of trying to impress others to show you're not doing badly at all. This state is usually very disappointing for this believer's guardian angels, who immediately become incapacitated to release more of God's resources into the believer's hands for the risk of mismanagement. The final silent killer, wrong teaching and fellowship. Perhaps the most underestimated fire killer. What you listen to shapes what you believe, which determines what you do and who you become. A preacher may be charismatic, popular, even with signs and miracles, but if Christ isn't central in his message, your fire will slowly die under their influence. Today's spiritual landscape is filled with human-centered gospels that make you, not Christ, the center. They promise a better life rather than a surrendered one. They sound appealing but lead to spiritual death. Paul warned in Galatians 1, "If anyone preaches another gospel, let him be accursed." Dear believer and follower of Jesus Christ, test every teaching. Does it make Christ bigger or you bigger? Does it fuel your desire to acquire for yourself, or does it fire you up to yield more to God? Every message either fuels your fire or kills it. There is no middle ground, so choose wisely. These are the 7 silent killers of spiritual fire. If even one of them is at work in your life, don't delay. Repent, forgive, realign, and return to burning for God. If your heart was stirred as you watched this video, could you consider subscribing so you will be shown more of our videos? Also help us promote it by liking, commenting, and sharing. All positive signals to the YouTube algorithm to make it suggest the video to more people like yourself. Watch the video on your screen now for more spirit-lifting content. God bless you.